Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about the Synchronicity Key. When you're stuck in your work or life, remember this. There is always something guiding you. It's yelling at you to wake up, to realign with your higher calling. This is really how I live my life, is understanding synchronicities and following them. So in today's episode, we're talking about the Synchronicity Key. And no, I'm not referring to the book by David Wilcock, a book I haven't even read yet, funny enough, but books like The Celestine Prophecy, as an example, is when I started to really understand that these synchronicities are of the utmost importance to understand and to take definite action on. When you experience a coincidence in life, it's not a coincidence. Every number, person, etc. that's put in front of you is there for a reason. You just have to become aware of what it actually means. But here's the thing, it doesn't mean anything. You are the one who actually gives it meaning. That's what's so brilliant about synchronicities. When they occur in your life, you are the one who's supposed to give it meaning. And this is something that I talk about all the time, and I definitely sound like a broken record. But listen, people, this is the truth. This is how to live your life. It's to take action on your synchronicities. Where I am today, talking to the camera, you hearing me out, it's all because of synchronicities. Whether you've taken action on them consciously or subconsciously, I don't know. Only you can tell. But when these synchronicities happen, you must give them meaning. There are certain people that come into your life as boosters, and they come into your life synchronistically. There are friends, family members, random people at coffee shops, a person you meet at a restaurant, etc., that act as a booster in your life. Rocket ships, they have boosters. These boosters get them to one point in the atmosphere, and then they fall off. That's what certain synchronicities are for. You just have to acknowledge them, accept them, and take definite action on them. You may be asking yourself, Evan, how do I acknowledge synchronicities in my life? Well, that's a good question, friend, on the other side of this black mirror. Awareness. Instead of deeming something to be a coincidence, instead of thinking of that one person that you haven't seen in a while, and then the next day you see them, seeing that as a coincidence is no more. That's a synchronicity. Thinking a thought, and then that thought becomes an action, or that thought rather translate into existence, into your reality, that is not a coincidence. That's a synchronicity. That's the law of attraction at its finest. How do you acknowledge them? They happen every day. One of the best ways that I've acknowledged synchronicities is to get rid of distractions. And the best way to do this is to meditate. That's why in the morning I always like to have time to myself to collect my thoughts and just sit with them. Become the observer of my thoughts. Really just like sit back and not judge thoughts that come into my head. Just watch them, observe them without judgment. And then you carry that joy of being throughout the day. And then acknowledging synchronicities was a lot more easy for you because you're taking the right action from a present moment awareness, which is another topic for another story. One of my favorite topics right there. But the synchronicity key is acknowledging universal truths in your life. Acknowledging them, accepting them, and taking so much definite action on them. And that all comes from the awareness that you cultivate over time. This awareness happens in the now. But absolute awareness is something you build upon over time. But it begins in the now. The synchronicity key is one of the best ways to go about your life. It's why I went to Columbia. It's why I stayed in school. It's why I subletted my apartment in North Philadelphia, off campus at Temple. Synchronicities come in forms of physical people. Synchronicities come in the form of dreams and intuitions. Signs from the universe. When you're stuck in your work or life, remember this, there is always something guiding you, always. Certain people in your life at certain times when you need them. When your friends experience something peculiar, when your family members are also experiencing something peculiar, they experience a synchronicity. Help them to find out what it means. Ask them, what do you think it means? That's another thing as well. Once you start cultivating this awareness of synchronicities that occur every single day, ask yourself, what does it mean? What does it mean? I want to know what it means. Follow it. Let it guide you. It's so beautiful to just let it guide you. That is the synchronicity key. It's not forcing anything. It's attracting. Everything in your life is an attraction, whether you know it or not. So have some fun with this, because they happen every day. Everything is put in your life to help you evolve. Synchronicities especially. They're universal truths. Signs from above. Signs from the unknown. Beyond the unknown. That's why you must enter into the unknown. That is why you must take the leap of faith. Enter the unknown. Enter the beyond. This is where synchronicities are so easy to become aware of. And this comes from just going with the flow of life. This was an episode on the synchronicity key. This is a topic that's going to evolve over time, especially as I read more books on the synchronicity key. But after learning about it from the Celestine prophecy, I've really taken serious the synchronicities that happen in my life. And I give them so much meaning. And I allow these synchronicities to guide my every action. And that comes from cultivating awareness. I affirm that you enjoyed this episode on the synchronicity key. I love you dearly. Have a great rest of your day.